Hello, Coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories on deadline day. We are going to begin with Sergiño Dest, as it has been reported that the Barcelona right back have agreed personal terms with Serie A heavyweight AC Milan. This comes after Barca and AC Milan have come to a total agreement. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Martin Braithwaite, it has been reported that Greek giants AEK Athens have lined up a move for the Barcelona misfit in talks with the club and also with the player right now. We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Like the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Sergiño Dest is on the verge of leaving Barcelona to sign for Italian champions AC Milan on the summer transfer deadline day. Sergiño Dest had been deemed surplus to requirements at Camp Nou by Xavi Hernandez and had been told to find a new club before the window closes. A transfer to Manchester United seemed likely but fell through as the Red Devils decided to keep Aaron Wan-Bissaka. At that point, Dest's future linked in limbo until AC Milan made a swoop for him late on Wednesday night. The Rossoneri soon reached a total agreement with Barcelona to sign the 21-year-old defender on a season-long loan deal with a purchase option included. Now, according to Ashraf Ben Ayad, the former Ajax man has agreed personal terms with the Serie A champions, taking him a step closer and closer to completing a switch to Italy. The journalist even adds that Dest would be flying out to Milan shortly today to complete the remaining formalities and finalize the transfer. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has also shed more light on the terms of the agreement, claiming that Milan have the option to make the transfer permanent for a fee of €20 million, which is not mandatory. Furthermore, Dest will be signing a contract with the Rossoneri until the summer of 2027, 1 year on loan and a potential 4-year deal should the transfer be permanent at the end of the current season. Signed from Ajax in 2020, the right back never got going at Barcelona. A change of scenery could help him get his career back on track. As for Barcelona, they will make a strong push to sign a new right back on deadline day, with Mexican ace Julian Araujo emerging as a target. So Sergiño Dest, after it was agreed yesterday by Barcelona and AC Milan for a loan, the player has agreed now on personal terms, right? So the deal is 99% certain that it will go through. Of course, I think this is good for both parties, for both Barcelona, for both Sergiño Dest himself, because staying at Barca will not do him any good. So the player, I think, will be so happy to join AC Milan, knowing fully well that staying at FC Barcelona will not help his career any better. So the best thing is to leave. Xavi have never really liked Dest. That's no secret. Since Xavi came last year, he was just struggling to put Dest because there was nobody really there. And now that even the preseason that we went to the United States, the preseason tour, he took Sergiño Dest along with him. And it seemed as though Sergiño Dest could stand a chance to still future for Xavi this campaign. But that has not been the case. Maybe Xavi have never been impressed with the player in any of his performances against like the games in the United States. You know, that was a game that Xavi really saw players to evaluate them to see if they could stand a chance. But it seemed as though Dest did not even impress Xavi at all, because he decided to keep him out of the squad since the game against Rayo Vallecano till now. And it didn't look as if Sergiño Dest will ever play for Barca again. So I think a loan move coming at this time from AC Milan is a blessing for the player. And Barca will be so happy as well because they need to get the player off the books. We know departures are very necessary right now. We know we are being linked with a new right back, a new left back. So it is imperative for Barca to even clear some of these players and their wages off the books so that it can really help when it comes to bringing in new faces in the team. So the deal to AC Milan is very close to be completed, especially as Sergiño Dest have agreed personal terms with the Serie A giants. So according to the reports, they are saying that Sergiño Dest is likely to travel to Italy today to complete the formalities of that transfer. So there is a mandatory purchase option. AC Milan will pay 20 million euros if they choose. It's not mandatory. If they choose to sign the player permanently, they will pay 20 million, and it will be until 2027. So it is a 1-year loan plus, another 4 years to make it to 2027. If they would want to, they'll pay 20 million to FC Barcelona. So let's see how it goes. Let's hope that he goes there and improve his career. And I think he's a good player, but not the caliber of player that Barcelona needs. He's not our level. So let's see how it goes. But the player will move today to Italy to complete the formalities of that transfer. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have been making relentless efforts to get rid of out-of-favor forward Martin Braithwaite this summer, but they are yet to even achieve success. However, they may have found a new suitor for the Danish international in the form of Greek club AEK Athens. Indeed, as per Mundo Deportivo, the Greek giants have made contact with both Barcelona and Martin Braithwaite, as well to assess the possibility of a transfer this summer. AEK Athens are in no hurry to complete that transfer though, as the transfer window in Greece runs until the 15th of September. Braithwaite signed for Barcelona in February 2020 as an emergency signing from Leganes after the club were hit with an injury crisis. While he scored some important goals, the Dane has never been a regular in the side. Following the arrival of Xavi as manager last year, it was made clear to Braithwaite that he no longer belonged in the plans going forward. However, he refused to leave the club in January and continued to hold firm on his stance this summer as well. But the 31-year-old has, shown signs that he might be open to an exit now, with the club negotiating with the forward about terminating his contract. There have been several clubs in La Liga who have shown interest, but the ex-Middlesbrough star's wages could be an issue, while time is also running out fast in the window. Time would not be an issue for AEK Athens though, as there are still over 2 weeks left before their transfer slams shut in Greece. With talks ongoing with both FC Barcelona and Martin Braithwaite, it will be interesting to see if a move to the Greek outfit materializes. Barcelona are trying their best to make sure that Braithwaite leaves the club. It has been a very, very long summer when it comes to trying to offload Martin Braithwaite from the club, knowing fully well that Xavi does not fancy him, right? The player have been insisting on the fact that Barca should pay him up to 5 million. That is the salary totally for the 2 years left on his contract before they should terminate the contract. But Barcelona have never been too keen to pay such an amount. So it remains to be seen what actions will be taken. But from the reports that we've been getting lately, they're saying that Barcelona and Martin Braithwaite are in talks for the contract termination, but it have not been pinpointed or made clear if actually Barca will pay anything to the player. But today being the deadline day for the transfer window, it is widely expected that there will be a solution to this as soon as possible. Braithwaite linked to AEK Athens of Greece. We're also getting reports of Espanyol linked to him as well. But as it stands, according to reports, the player is very now open to a move away from FC Barcelona. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.